It is the hour of the time. Lights out for the curfew of your body, soul, and mind. This is Richard Greaser, and you are listening to the Paznia Radio Network.
They are the villains that rule the world, but they are losing their control. You have to fight in order to survive. You have to fight to feel alive. There's a coldness in their eyes. They enjoy their victims' cries. Darkness fills their souls. They dominate to control. They are the villains who rule the world, slaughtering the ones in their way, threatened by those who disobey. They'll burn it to the ground in order to wear a crown. They are the villains who rule the world. Expensive island real estate, where they determine the world's fate. Axe so dug it hurts to know, hiding in the shadow. They are the villains who rule the world. You are caught in their game. They try to extinguish your flame. Trapped in a nightmare you can't escape. I know that your heart aches. They are the villains that rule the world, but they are losing their control. You have to fight in order to survive. You have to fight to feel alive.
Folks, I'm back. It is Monday. It is Music Monday. Took some time off, but here I am again.
the way the show works is I just ramble and I play music that I have created. And that song was called Villains. Put out a music video with it. It's the pinned video at the moment on the Bugle News Twitter. You can find it on our YouTube channel if you want to check it out. I think it was pretty stellar. But what a wild time we're in. What a wild time we're in. Indeed. And I'm tired. I think everybody's tired right now. I've been, I think I've got a lot more stamina for the bullshit than a lot of people do. But it's wearing me out. I've gotten to the point where I'm worn out. And, you know, the last year or the last while, it's been longer than a year. It just seems like things, you know, over the last year is kind of shit started really hitting the fan for real. But it's just gotten to this point where it's just accelerated so much where it's just exhausting. It's exhausting to talk to a lot of people. It's exhausting to listen to podcasts and hearing the slop that people are talking about. It's exhausting to just even look at it at your feed. It's exhausting to look at the Bitcoin price. It's exhausting to do a lot of things. And, you know, one of the challenges that is being presented to us is you're having to make choices of what you do and what you consume because your energy is so finite, right? Which in many ways is a blessing. You know, the exhaustion of as a result of the bullshit means that you're being encouraged to engage in and look at the things that are a little bit more life-giving, things that matter. The constant noise and of the pleb slop and how unsatisfying it is just reveals this craving for something more, for something valuable, for something interesting and intellectually invigorating. And you know, the silver lining to it all is that there are people doing interesting things out there. It's not all just slop. But yeah, I just got off of a 2-hour phone call and it was pretty interesting. You know, we're discussing the arc of the, you know, the Bitcoin content world and just like how everything is just so repetitive at this point. This is you're just seeing pleb slop accounts copy paste stuff that other people are saying and post it. This is Hollow Magoo's doing it, and he's pretty entertaining, but he's doing it. It's just low effort, not a lot of thought put into things, and it is, you know, it's really hard to find stuff on the social platforms because the slop is what primarily is being promoted left and right. But yeah, you know, I guess I haven't been on here to talk about the Epstein stuff, and that's been one of the big topics that everybody's talking about right now. Everybody's talking about Epstein, and you know, a lot of people are pretty exhausted by it. There's a lot of bad information that's being spread out. It's kind of wild, you know, the arc that we're on, where the Bitcoin podcasters are the ones, you know, the people that were oftentimes ridiculed for being either promoters or producers of misinformation are now the ones dismantling the misinformation that is going viral. What an arc that has been. But, you know, there's these messages saying that Epstein was Satoshi and was fooling people, just like very fake stuff. And like the NPC normies are all over it. You got people promoting the idea that Bitcoin was hijacked because Epstein gave $500,000 to Blockstream and was hanging out with Adam Back and was funding some developers via MIT Media Lab. So therefore, it's been completely co-opted. It's just it's interesting. It's interesting to watch right now. a lot of people were talking about the then you fight you stage, and I think we're really in it. We're in it right now, and the forefront of the then they fight you stage is the information warfare, which is being waged, and the disinformation, or not disinformation, but the demoralization campaigns to make people just feel, anybody that gives a shit about, privacy or freedom or anything, we're just going to make them feel real shitty. We're going to wind up the plebs. We're going to get the plebs to all attack each other like useless cannon fodder that they are. It's just gonna just wear out anybody that's actually doing anything interesting. And I mean, that's kind of what I see what's happening. I mean, it's just like, why are things the way they are? It's because there's a subset of individuals that actually have a fucking clue of what's going on, and they're using the tools at their fingertips to influence the world. There's the villains that rule the world are the ones that understand how to play the game, and they're doing it well. But in many ways, at the same time, they're also losing control. And the great white pill to take is that the villains are retarded people just like us. They're just as retarded as us. They might be slightly more intelligent, but they are finite individuals that are just as vulnerable as any of us. They eventually die. They're here for a finite time. They have finite controls. They have finite abilities to actually influence the world, and people are unpredictable, and they don't always respond in the ways that they would want them to respond. And so it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world for freedom, though. The panopticon is growing at an alarming rate. AI is all the information that they've been collecting and aggregating on everybody, they now have a way to sift through it. And it's hard, because you're looking around, you're trying to deal with this, and all you get is slop. And people get mad at you when you tell them that, like, Tomer is crashing out because people are just telling him that he's slop. Sorry, Tomer, but my Claude bot is more interesting than you. Your ideas were cool like a while ago, but now they just kind of seem vapid as the rubber's hitting the asphalt, meeting the asphalt. Like, it's go time. It's time to be practical. It's time to be real. It's time to come up with solutions. This is a first turning. You're a fourth turning content creator. We're in the first turning now. Like, it's not cool to be retarded. It's not cool to be uninteresting anymore, because like it's the shit's happening. The shit that Bitcoin podcasters are talking about the system falling apart, like, it's happening. It's happening right now. And the price of Bitcoin isn't at a gazillion dollars, so you can just sit on your private island that you bought, and laugh at all the no coiner plebs as they're just like having fun staying poor. It's like the magical future that was promised to many people is not here, and you have to fucking work your ass off. Like, even if you're in like somewhat of a stable financial position, like, you got to work your fucking ass off to deal with all the shit that's going on and rationalize it. It's a full-time job. It's a full-time job keeping your sanity in the world that we find ourselves in. And yeah, I don't know. I'm live on Zap.stream though. If you want to check it out over there, shoot me messages on Zap.stream and I will respond. And I think if you message on Primal, I'm live on Primal too. If you message on there, it'll come through Zap.stream, I think. Or I'll just monitor it on Primal and respond if you have any comments or questions. But this is a music show. Let's get into some more music. Next song is a new one. It's called The Way Back Home. I also created a music video for this one, followed by The Battle Is Not Lost, which is a remix of a song I did a while ago, and I am in production of a music video for the remix of this. Here we go.
I can remember a place where I felt like I was safe. It calls me when I'm in the abyss, but I can't remember where it is. There was a feeling of peace, a time when I was complete, wanting to go back to those days. Why can't I just find my way? I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back, back home. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back home. Toiling each day to survive, just wanting to feel alive. Seeing glimpses time to time is what pushes me to climb. Running to what I once knew, hoping to rediscover my way through. Maybe I will find you when I get there. Can't wait to breathe that clean air. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back, back home. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back home. I'm getting tired of being lost, unsure if I can bear the cost. But I've gotta find the way, hoping one day I'll feel okay. Doubting if I'm getting closer, stuck on a roller coaster. But I still have my memories of that feeling of being free. I'm just trying to find my way back. 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 I'm just trying to find my way. I'm just trying to find my way back home. I can remember a place where I felt like I was safe. It calls me when I'm in the abyss, but I can't remember where it is. There was a feeling of peace, a time when I was complete, wanting to go back to those days. One day I will find my way. Look around and see life passing like a dream. Numb the pain you feel and pretend like it isn't real. Marching orders coming in, telling you to commit mortal sins. It is exactly what you think. The world is approaching the brink. Funding conflict on both sides. The shadow banker hides. The tide is rolling in. The TV spewing spin. The battle is not lost, but winning has a cost. Hiding won't keep you safe. This is your call to be brave. Surveillance and war is just a challenge to
Oh, it's funny. It's really funny. The just the state of the Bitcoin ecosystem right now is fucking hilarious. Um, if you think about it, it's just as the fourth turning has unraveled. We're now in the first turning, but as things unraveled in the fourth turning, many of the thought leaders in the Bitcoin ecosystem were just exposed as being uninteresting and a bunch of losers. They're a bunch of losers. Like there was all this emphasis on like how smart and interesting Bitcoin people were, and they were so much more enlightened than everybody else. Uh, because they had this new revolutionary technology. And to be fair, Bitcoin is incredibly interesting, but what was happening is, a lot of people were running in trying to understand this somewhat novel thing. And in the process of not having any context, they latched onto these people that were, effective opportunists, essentially, and got in their positions of, they were saying a bunch of stuff that wasn't really interesting, but it was interesting to people that didn't really have any context. And now that people have context, they're just like, oh yeah, these guys, like, they haven't been able to evolve to say anything interesting at all. And that's what the slop tsunami that you see on Twitter is. And I think a lot of these guys have just kind of given up. Where they're playing the greater sucker game. They're like, wow, I don't have the capacity to evolve or say anything interesting to keep people captivated that were paying attention, to what I was saying back in 2021 when I was taking off and going on PodConf tours. So what I'm going to do is either I'm just going to produce stuff for the lowest common denominator, or I'm going to create content in a way that's always trying to get new individuals that have no context to pay attention to what I'm doing. But you're watching this dynamic happen right now where the price of Bitcoin is crashing, and there's just really not that many new people that are interested. And so there's this weird dynamic which is happening, which is, what do the sloppers do? The company selling the trinkets and the doodads, they don't have money, so the sponsorships are down, the views are down. What do the sloppers do? It's I don't know. They haven't figured it out. It's gonna be wild to see what they end up doing. But I just don't understand the lack of creativity, because I think that with what you have access to, with what we have at our fingertips, what you're capable of doing right now with the technology, I mean, you can literally create anything. And there's something, I've been going deep into the video generation stuff and doing these music videos because I find it fucking fascinating. I find it fascinating to be able to create whatever I think of. I can create a banger song, just an absolute banger of song, and then I can create a banger of a music video. Takes me, I put a lot of time into it, but I don't put the same amount of time that it would take to, do it in ways that, people would have previously done. But, with this technology, why aren't people doing interesting things? Why aren't they telling compelling narratives? And the conclusion I just keep on coming back to is, a lot of these people just aren't compelling individuals. Like they're just not willing to really, do what is necessary to be interesting. And part of being interesting is living an interesting life. People are afraid of taking risks, which I don't understand. I've always, to some degree, been a risk taker. I mean, it comes down to whether or not you're willing to smoke cigarettes. It's just as simple as that. You know that smoking cigarettes is a risk. Everybody tells you that it's bad for you. And you're like, I'm going to take the risk that I'm going to live. I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to smoke the cigarette. I'm going to say, fuck you. I don't give a shit about what your nonsense is. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to sit here outside and, smoking cigarettes takes you to interesting places that I just don't think a lot of people do. What I will tell you, what I do know, is a lot of these Bitcoin podcasters, they vape. And maybe that is the crux of why they're so boring, is they're all a bunch of fucking vapors. Vaping is lame. It is super gay. Just walk into a vape store sometime and go look at all the flavor selections. There's going to be a guy, he's probably got some like weird beard standing there. He's super fat. I mean, I've just gone in as a tourist, because I like to laugh at people that vape. It's one of my hobbies. Like if I just like, I'm having a bad day, walk into a vape store and you just look at these fucking losers that are sitting there. I mean, it's just like your shoes will stick to the ground because there's vape juice everywhere. The fruity fucking vape juice. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. You walk into a smoking emporium, it's completely different. Like a cigar lounge or something like that. It's not sticky in there. It's got a nice smell to it. You might have like some conservative boomers sitting there, being annoying. But Swear George's message said 3 whole baklavas offer clear voice on mic, no moisture buildup on your mouth, and probably will eliminate the need for sunglasses, but I am not facial recognition expert or anything. You can also say no KYC. Is my voice not clear? I think it's pretty clear. I'll have to listen to the quality here in a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's clear. I don't know what you're talking about, Swear Jar. Baklavas are good, but they're full of sugar. It's funny. I don't know. I'm not like a huge sugar fan, personally. I get what I need. The black coffee and cigarettes is kind of my thing. But anyways, I don't. I think it's important to make fun of the sloppers. And this is why the term pleb slop is so good, because the ridiculing of people is how things genuinely change. And but also there has to be alternatives. There has to be interesting, compelling alternatives. And when the sloppers, they go and do something that is interesting, it's important to applaud them. And really, you got to glaze them. When a slopper does something cool, you got to fucking glaze. You say, I saw that. I saw that you did something that wasn't complete slop. It was fucking badass. I'm going to pump the shit out of it. I'm going to promote it. Good work. Like there's something the Bitcoin ecosystem, I think, does really, really poorly, with the emphasis on the cyber hornets and whatever, is it's been an attitude of let's just tear everything down. But now it's the first turning. That was appropriate behavior in the fourth turning. When the institutions, that were going to collapse, needed to collapse, they're collapsing right now. Like you don't need to assist in it's kind of the process of kicking a dead horse. Like you look at Ghost of Dick Whitman just tweeting every day about like how Ethereum or XRP is a scam or whatever. It's just like, dude, we get it. Even the most retarded people get it at this point to some degree. The only people that don't get it are the cloud bots that are, being tasked with promoted. So like all you're trying to do is you're trying to prove to bots running on a Mac Mini that XRP is a scam. Like it's just like that wasn't as much of a thing in 2021. But now you're just arguing with bots. Like what's the point of doing that? Like do something interesting, do something compelling. But one of the things I've been, wanting to do for a while that I've gotten really excited about is I want to do the Atlas Shrugged movie, and I want it to be really sick. And I think I am on the precipice of unlocking the ability to do that. So watch out for that. But, it's hard because if I'm going to spend the amount of time doing it that needs to be done, I want it to be worth my time and the value that I get from it. And, I'm not trying to, in no way, like, I'm really grateful for the people that have been supporting the Bugle with boost. And a lot of you guys have been very, very consistent. But we have seen a falling off recently of the boost numbers and the engagement. And I think it's because people are just bummed out about the market. They're just not as interested in Bitcoin. They're dealing with all their family members crashing out and shit. And I'm unswayed. I'm still doing the content, but I'm kind of thinking of like, okay, well, I want to do this big project that's going to take a long time, like a lot of time. But I have a finite amount of time, and it's going to cost money to do. So I don't know. I'm thinking about that. But I want to do it, and I will do it eventually. It's just a matter of when. But what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about, creating a really badass trailer, putting it out there, throwing up a geyser page with a goal, an amount. So we'll see. If you're interested in Atlas Shrugged movie, let me know. But I think that, like, I did that song, "The Battle's Not Lost," and I think that's something that's really important to dial into right now. Is the demoralization campaigns are going hard, and part of the reason why it's important to criticize people promoting doing all the slop is because it's not enough to carry people or get people excited. It's not. It's just it's not interesting. It's just lame. You're just algo farming to glaze, get glazed from Claude bots. Like that's the purpose essentially of doing that. It's not encouraging people to be smarter. It's not encouraging people to be more active and changing the world. And it's like that. Why I do the Bugle is I want to see the pioneers excited. That's the purpose of the content. That's the purpose of the music. That's the purpose of the video stuff that I'm getting into. It's the purpose of the podcast. How can we get the pioneers excited? Because I think it's like, if you're in a battle, which I say we are, we're in a battle for hopefully not allowing the Epstein client list to just like burn the world down and what the ashes of what's left just create this just awful we're already in the panopticon, but to create like this environment where they take human agency away, which is, it seems like that's what they're attempting to do. The they being the Epstein client list, which I think is fairly obvious who those people are. I don't have to explain it, but but the morale is a huge part of the game, and the content is important for that reason, because it is the driver of morale in a lot of ways. Bitcoin is interesting. Bitcoin is important. Satoshi was not Jeffrey Epstein. And the battle's not over in this regard. It's not all hopeless. But anyways, next two songs, Bonnie and Clyde, and then Take My Hand, and I'll be back in a little bit.
Someday we'll go down together, and they'll bury us side by side. They'll tell our story forever. Our legacy won't be denied. Our names written in history, safety, feeling small. I'll be your bunny if you'll be my Clyde. I'll be by your side till the day we die. I'll be your bunny if you'll be my Clyde. When you choose to live this way, someday it will come crashing down. But we were born unable to obey. Our freedom has finally been found. In these awful times, we've been thrust into a war. They say we'll pay for our crimes, but I want to live a life we're dying for. I'll be your bunny if you'll be my Clyde. Outlaws at heart, running till we die. I'd rather spend one day with you standing tall than have a lifetime of safety feeling small. I'd rather spend one day with you standing tall than have a lifetime of safety feeling small. I'll be your bunny if you'll be my Clyde. I'll be by your side till the day we die. I'll be your bunny if you'll be my Clyde. Someday we'll go down together. And they'll bury us side by side. You heard my voice through the sea of noise. Wanted the freedom to use your mind. You met me in the dark where only wise can see. Wanted to leave a mark, control your destiny. Come take my hand, let's make a stand. Here is our chance, it's time to dance. Come and take my hand, we'll dance until the end. While the world is falling apart, they won't understand, but let them all be damned. Feel the music in your heart. The masses are lost, but you have direction. Why do they feel threatened by people with self-respect? We will not kneel and pretend or numb out and disconnect. We're here together, watching the world fall apart. I know you feel the pressure, but this is just the start. Come take my hand, let's make a stand. Here is our chance, it's time to dance. Come and take my hand, we'll dance until the end. While the world is falling apart, they won't understand, but let them all be dead. Feel the music in your heart. The war will not be won if we can't have fun. Have the courage to use your mind. They may hate our memes, but they cannot crush our dreams. We can still have a good time. Don't let them get you down, that's what they try to do. Break down your sense of self by mocking what is true. If you don't believe your eyes and refuse to use your brain, you will fall for their lies and likely go insane. Come take my hand, let's make a stand. Here is our chance, it's time to dance. Come and take my hand, we'll dance until the end. While the world is falling apart, they won't understand, but let them all be dead. Feel the music in your heart.
Oh, I guess one of the things, probably one of the most basic things that you could do to feel good about life, to get through life successfully, is to look for opportunities where just constantly be focused on the things that you can do, looking at the things that you can control. This is what like really separates winners from losers. Is the losers are always bitching about the things that they can't control, and this is what many plebs have been taught to do, is they've been taught to just bitch. I was just reading an interesting Antoine Possett tweet, and of course people aren't going to like it. Or, well, not people, but, plebs aren't going to like it. But he says, don't hate the players, hate the game. For years, our community has normalized uncritical thinking. This is the result. For as long as they aren't held accountable, there will be people like Mechanic and Co. who abandon any sense of decency and get rewarded for it. Like Matthew Cratter. One of the challenges that I think a lot of people are experiencing right now and dealing with is just the realization that there is not going to be accountability in the way that they want, or it seems like there's not going to be accountability in the way that they want for the worst people in the world doing awful things. People are very split on the Epstein files, not knowing what to do about it. They are bummed out, thinking that it's just kind of like a waste of time or whatever. That's a psyop. You know, there's a lot of interesting stuff coming out in the Epstein files that I think is important to, you know, glean, because it's just like it's a good it's just a glimpse of how the world actually works. You know, because the shit that Epstein was into was so much more than just like harming children. He was in the financial world. He was tied to, you know, these different agencies that were, you know, conducted all these clandestine activities. He was smuggling arms. You know, he's doing all of this stuff. And I'd like to think that you know, one of the lessons is how a lot of that shit can unravel when there's a few brave people that stand up and do something about it. Like Virginia Giuffre, like I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting his name. The Democrat staffer that leaked all the files to WikiLeaks, where, you know, the whole Pizzagate stuff came out of. That he ended up getting killed. But it's just like, I don't believe that resistance is futile. Like, I believe there's genuinely things that you can do. And I believe that you don't have to be an inactive player in life. Like, that you can take control of your life and you can go and do cool things and you can do the things that you want to. And the reason why I believe that is because I'm doing that. I'm experiencing that. I'm having a fucking blast hanging out with people that I like to hang out with. I'm not completely demoralized, even though I get tired sometimes. And it comes down to, you know, focusing on the things that are in the realm of my control and trying to come up with solutions to things. And like when you feel pain, it's not, you know, something to freak out about and dissociate and just check out and just be like, oh fuck, I need to smoke weed and watch Netflix. This is hard. No, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to do something. You feel the pain. It's an opportunity to react. The pain is telling you something. Maybe you have to sit with it and feel it. But I've been doing this Heroes series. I've been having a lot of fun with. It's for our paid subscribers on Fountain. And I just did an episode on villains, and, you know, I'm gonna do a follow up on that, because I think I need to get into discussing villains a bit more. But like it is helpful to understand the way the world works to some degree. And I don't think everybody has to be as clued in as a credentialed journalist like I am. I'm pretty tapped into the shit because of my job. It's my job to be an interesting Bitcoin podcaster and have relevant things to talk about. It's my job as a credentialed journalist to report the news and to be aware of it. And but it's not everybody's job to do so. Some people's job is to I don't know, do things like build houses. I've got friends that build houses. It's their job to run events. It's their job to, you know, just do tons of things that are very like time and energy intensive. And they don't have time to, you know, be scouring the Epstein files or whatever. But it doesn't mean that you can't have an impact on the world around you. And that you don't have to feel excited about life. Because you're not a credentialed journalist. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. But like, anyways, like, you know, there's opportunity everywhere. And the people that are successful are the people that are constantly looking for the opportunities. And I think there's an opportunity to tell interesting stories, which is why I'm trying to do it. I think there's an opportunity, and one of the reasons why the way I'm going about things, like I think it's important, is because what it has allowed me to do is to have conversations with some of the most interesting people in the world, because they see the shit that I'm doing and they respond to it. Like it's not content for the plebs. The plebs can go watch Preston Pish talk about topics that he has no understanding of. That's what they can do with their time. They're not going to understand the stuff that I'm doing. It's fine. But it's just like one of those things of like, you realize the average population is completely retarded, right? Their greatest priorities in life is to feel comfort. And as the shit's unraveling, what they're searching for is just a more effective way to check out. And they're getting squirrely because the ways that they checked out in the past aren't as effective anymore. Like the Olympics are boring. The Super Bowl's gay. The stuff on Netflix isn't that interesting anymore. They're just like constantly looking for a new way to check out and not feel, maybe the drugs aren't working as well. Alcohol's not working as well. The porn isn't doing it for them. Whatever it is. They're just looking for the newest way, the more effective way to check out. And just because everybody else is doing that, or the average population is doing that, doesn't mean that you have to. It's just like this. It's this very common thing of like, everybody's fucking jumping off the bridge. Are you going to do it too? The stuff that your mom told you when you were like 6 years old. And the answer is no. So what does not jumping off the bridge look like for you? And that may be a hard question, because it may take you, it may be a challenge for you to stop checking out, to breathe, to feel the pain that you're experiencing, and then seeing where it needs to drive you to go to deal with the pain. What changes do you have to make in your life? The world was built by people that saw problems and came up with solutions for it. And the future will be built by people that do that too. But I don't know. Let's get back into music. I think I need to go pace around, smoke some cigarettes, but got a few songs lined up here. I'll be back in, I don't know, 15 minutes.
When into the void, it stares right back. Back, 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 back. Stares right back. When you stare into the void, it stares right back. The facade you were shown begins to crack. See the darkness swirling all around, the blind demand that the same be drowned. The masses are marching off a cliff without a clue. Everything is an inversion of what is good and true. Are you brave enough to look into the mirror? Are you ready to confront your deepest fears? When you stare into the void, it stares right back. Stares right back. The ones who are in control are the ones who are sick. They project their pathologies on those who see as threats. They'd rather eat the young than do what is correct. Yet the culture calls them brave and gives them respect. It's all collapsing due to the cowards who can see. They know what is wrong but flee from responsibility. Are you brave enough to look into the mirror? Are you ready to confront your deepest fear? When you stare into the void, it stares right back. When you stare into the void, it stares right back. When everything that was certain disappears, there's no choice but to face all your deepest fears. The crucible of your soul is not something to avoid. It is better to suffer than to have your integrity destroyed. The darker the night, the brighter the stars. When you make it out on the other side, you will go far. Are you brave enough to let your pain teach you to grow? Are you ready to question everything that you know? When you stare into the void, it stares right back. Stares right back. There are those who blaze trails, whose actions tip history scales. They endure pain and frustration to prepare for the coming devastation. Weak men have made times hard. The plebs are being retards, but the pioneer is in charge. charge. The pioneers are in charge. Pioneers are in charge.
Pioneers are in charge.
Using their minds, they stand tall, moving forward while the masses feel small, creating change while others are afraid, choosing to lead instead of obey. Weak men have made times hard, the plebs are being researched, but the pioneer is in charge. Pioneers are in charge. Pioneers are in charge. There's a small remnant that is scattered. They rebuild when everything shatters. They have a vision and a goal, and will never be controlled. Weak men made times hard. The plebs are being retards, but the pioneer is in charge. Pioneers are in charge. Pioneers are in charge. The masses stare at their screens while the pioneers pursue their dreams. Unswayed by the whims of NPCs, they are the ones the world needs. You heard the call to be something more, and try to ignore it, but the sound was a roar. To instrument facing all of your fears, to leave what was safe, embark on the frontier. You try to resist, but there was no going back. Your very existence had come under attack. Self-respect required you to grow, to leave everything behind that you had known. The journey will be long, but you will find you are strong. Dig deep inside, take what's coming and strive. The world needs heroes to do what must be done. So answer the call, because the brave don't run. Stand your ground, fight for what's true. Choose what's hard in pursuit of virtue. It may seem like all hope is gone, but you're still here, so the fight but you will find you are strong. Dig deep inside. The bold don't hide. The world needs heroes to do what must be done. So answer the call, because the brave don't run. Stand your ground, fight for what's true. Choose what's hard in pursuit of virtue. It may seem like a hope is gone, but you're still here, so the fight isn't done. So the fight isn't done. The battle for your heart may bring you close to breaking, but if you keep fighting, victory will be yours for the taking. When times are hard, it's a call to become your best. If you are true to yourself, pride will beat in your chest. The journey will be long, but you will find you are strong. Dig deep inside. The strong don't run or hide. The world needs heroes to do what must be done. So answer the call, because the brave don't run. Stand your ground, fight for what's true. Choose what's hard in pursuit of virtue. It may seem like a hope is gone, but you're still here, so the fight isn't done. So the fight isn't done.
Oh, sorry. I was expecting another song. But I am back. I really like that Hero song a lot. I had a lot of fun making the music video. If you have not checked out the music video, it is on the Beagle News YouTube channel. That was the flagship song of the Heroes album, which I am currently making. I don't know how many songs I'm going to do, but you know, one of the things I plan on doing is I like to DJ a lot of these songs at live events. It's one of the goals for this year. I might have an opportunity to do that later this year. That is yet to be seen, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen at some point. It's on the docket. I am in the process of learning how to DJ, and I think it's just kind of cool to be, you know, the idea of walking into DJ a bunch of songs that you produced yourself. But you know, one of the things that I think is important. So you know, there's this attitude. The agents, the people that are attempting to demoralize everybody right now. What they want you to believe is that your actions have no impact on the world around you, and the opposite is true. It is indeed quite the opposite. That your actions have a massive impact on the world around you, and they do matter because just the littlest things that you could do have ripple effects across the entire world. Interactions that you have with people, you can have an interaction with a person that changes the entire trajectory of their life. Sometimes for good, sometimes for worse. Like you don't ever know. But but taking personal responsibility is important. You know, like the biggest thing that the choices that you make, the biggest impact they have is ultimately on yourself. And you could live a really fucking awesome life, or you could live a really mediocre and boring life. It's up to you. It's up to you what you do at the time that you're allotted, and you don't have a rewind button. And so when you're looking back and you're reflecting at your life and you're looking at all the times where you just showed up poorly or you showed up mediocrely, you should feel pain. You should think about those times and be like, wow, I fucking squandered the time that was allotted to me. I'm not going to do that again. And when you have that reaction, it actually makes that time valuable. That pain turning into a form of action in your life today, it now has meaning. Sitting on your butt and doing nothing is now meaningful because it's informing what you're doing here in the present moment. And so think about those times. Think about those years of your life that you spent being uninspired, uninteresting, that you wish you had done something. Just reminisce on that and say, wow, I screwed up. I screwed up by not doing the things that I wanted to do. And this is how I'm not going to do that again. These are the actual changes I'm going to make in my life in the present today to not repeat that and set specific goals of how you plan to do things differently. And it will radically shift the way, you know, if you're getting stuck, if there's things that are getting in the way of you accomplishing those goals, then really take the time to look at it and ask why. Why am I fucking off? Why am I boring? Why am I being tired all the time and discouraged and uninspired? And what do I need to change? What tangible things can I do in my life to be different? It feels good to be doing the things that you want to do. It feels good to be the person that you want to be. And having integrity in those things it's fucking awesome. You know, like what I think a lot of people do, that a lot of people on the internet is they just take their feelings of insignificance and they just project it onto other people. The people that are not offering anything to the world and are just trying to tear everybody else down and critique people, they're upset that they're feeling insignificant. Like there is something to calling things out that need to be called out. But a lot of the people that are attempting to do that they're not interested. They're uninformed and uninspired. And it's just the peanut gallery. It's like fine to be a critic if you're actually contributing something. Sometimes you'll be wrong. Just own where you're wrong. But I've been busy. I've been really fucking busy and it's been awesome and I'm exhausted. So I'm kind of I always ramble on these things, but I'm rambling in directions that I don't always normally do on this show. And I didn't plan as much as I could have for this episode, but we're kind of approaching this weird point where it just feels like the breakdown, the real breakdown, is going to happen. And you know, there are people predicting that the internet's going to break because of cloud bots. The spam filters aren't going to be able to stop the spam. It's going to break everything. It's going to happen relatively soon, is what people are predicting. It very well could be a thing. It might be the best thing. Who knows? Every like difficult thing that happens in the world, every form of disruption, it's really up to you and how you handle it. And you know, I had a friend that had you know, incredibly devastating thing happened to him recently. I'm not gonna say who it is, because if you're listening to this, you probably know them, but it's just so inspiring to see his response of like, yeah, I lost a lot, and I'm excited about the opportunity to rebuild. How fucking inspiring to see somebody go through that and have that response. Like, it's just, that is the attitude of a pioneer. And sure, there might be moments where you're like, fuck, questioning why you continue going, why you continue doing what you do, why not give up, why not just choose comfort. But those types of questions kind of reveal the answer of, you know, what drives you. It's those difficulties refine you. They build you into being a stronger, more effective person. And you know, as a content creator, none of what we do is like the easier, softer way. We're driving this, engaging in this uphill battle all the way with the stuff that we do at the Bugle, because the to really engage and understand what we're doing, you have to have a lot of context and you have to be paying a lot of attention, and the majority of people don't do that. And when you create content like that, it's harder to get anywhere with it. But I like the struggle. Like, I genuinely enjoy the struggle. I enjoy the difficult process of doing these things. I enjoy the process of things not always hitting. I enjoy the process of seeing the plebs get really mad, because I think it's in the struggle. It just it challenges me to grow and to become better. And that's the goal. The goal at the end of the day, I just want to create the best stuff that I could possibly can create, whatever it is. And I don't think that has been realized yet. But yeah, I apologize for being so tired. I imagine in the next stream I won't be. I'll have a little bit more energy, but we'll see. It's going to be a busy fucking year. Got a lot of plans. And I'm excited for it. But next song is Bust 'Em Up by Krayley, her debut song. I have a feeling that Krayley's going to come out with a new song here pretty soon.
It's game over for these starter pack clones. Oh, shit. These mids of Wi-Fi about to be on. No shit. I'm about to rewrite all the rules to the game. Oh shit. They hoes are gonna remember my name. Go get them, Crowley. And it's all like, I'm tired of all these whiny bitches. I'm about to bust them up and give them stitches. I be on my grind because I am relentless, but the broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. The broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. NPCs on default settings acting all defenseless. They think Jake Paul is cool trying to copy his flow, but I'm about to bust them up and throw some bows. Driving around Nashville trying not to crash out. Basic bitches on Broadway can't stop wilding out. I'm on some hot girl shit while they are mids. Copy pasting personalities and never wanting kids. Looking like they came from the pick me factory, mass produced. Where do they change the batteries? I'm on another level while they just are full of slop. Fuck they Lululemon yoga pants and following the flop. Brain rot, it's cool like we're living in idiocracy. Glued to their phones thinking this is a democracy. The algo owns their lives, background characters at best. Unable to make decisions for themselves like they possess. And it's all like, I'm tired of all these whiny bitches. I'm about to bust them up and give them stitches. I'll be on my grind because I am relentless. But the broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. The broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. But broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. The broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. So I'm about to get real and swing for the fences. They think they a base, walking around eyes glossed over. A bunch of pussies bitching out like it's cool to be mediocre. They think he's got riz cause he dissed Candace. So when she's as unhinged as the view, can't handle her emotions. They are all fake and gay, yelling in their echo chambers, pretending like they are real, but are brain-fed instigators. I'm driving high, all gas and no brakes. No, I will not listen to your brain dead takes. I'm all locked in. I'm a fucking heavy hit, about to dunk on you so hard you better reconsider. You can try to stop me, but I'm pretty and paid. Ice in my veins, a bitch you never fade. Cruising in my Wrangler with no ducks on the dash. I use Bitcoin, not a stupid Monopoly cash. And it's all like, I'm tired of all these whiny bitches. I'm about to bust them up and give them stitches. I'll be on my grind because I am relentless. But the broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. Oh, and to all you mass-produced, copy-paste basic bitches, you are about to be exposed because I'm here now. We don't need more followers in the fourth turning. I'm about to put you on blast. No cat, 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 no.
The bandwagon while it's hot. It's time to twist the plebs up into knots. They are useful cannon fodder. Shouting the roof's on fire. Tell the sane that they are liars. Who cares about truth or honor? Isolated, angry and alone. They wanna feel seen and known. Validate their feelings so they masters of slop. Manufacturing a divide, conquering by forcing them into sight. It's too easy not to do. Shake the jar and watch them fight. Fill them with venom and spite. The playbook isn't new. Manipulating the masses, the true masters of slop.
The world around us may be crashing down. It's hard not to be consumed with doubt. But I'm okay 'cause you're here with me now.
Yeah.
The person on the TV screams for more war, arguing that only dropping bombs can settle the score. More printing and surveillance, we've been here before, but the pain is so intense that it can't be ignored. Getting priced out of the things that bring you purpose. A generation aimlessly wandering, feeling worthless. The masses are angry, arguing who to steal from, but I'm just here trying to experience freedom. Being a slave to no one is what I dream of, but the slaves around me want me to be them. There are days it feels like I'm all alone, consumed by the isolation of being unknown. I'm glad you're with me 'cause I need it. Hopelessness is a lie, but you can't be alone to defeat it.
The world around us may be crashing down. It's hard not to be consumed with doubt. But I'm okay 'cause you're here with me now. Ooh, I've been searching all around, praying to be found. But I'm not alone because you're here with me now. With me now.
There's a weight I drop from caring what people think. Why consider the opinions of the people bringing us to the brink? I just want to work hard, but they keep getting in my way, leeching off my labor because they have debts to pay. When sanity and honesty are discouraged and condemned, society lacks a moral compass. Truth is like dust in the wind. The temptation for despair grows like a raging storm. There is an anger in my chest for trying to make me conform. They tell me that I'm sick for trusting my gut and having conviction, while they spin their tales of insidious fiction. They think my body and mind is their jurisdiction, yet the pictures they paint a riddle with obvious contradiction. The whole system is rotten from top to bottom. I will fight to the death before self-respect is forgotten.
The world around us may be crashing down. It's hard not to be consumed with doubt. But I'm okay 'cause you're here with me now. I've been searching all around, praying to be found. But I'm not alone because you're here with me now. With me now.
The truth matters because lies have consequences. You can't get to where you want if you accept their pretenses. Democracy is about using bad information to form consensus. Learning what's real, you must learn to trust your senses. It hurts to see how the world works, but hurts more to ignore it. Running up debts, but future generations can't afford it. Having a future worth living in lies to the few that can see. We rely on those who are willing to die in order to be free. Many choose to sacrifice their lives to protect the status quo, dying for their rulers who sit in safety on their throne. Despite all the chaos, we found each other somehow. Hope is not lost because you're here with me now. The evil is overwhelming, but finding beauty isn't art. Darkness is the absence of light. Lighting a fire is the start. Yeah.
The world around us may be crashing down. It's hard not to be consumed with doubt. But I'm okay 'cause you're here with me now. I've been searching all around, praying to be found. But I'm not alone because you're here with me
Oh, got some exciting things on the horizon with music that I should be able to share here pretty soon. But I like that song a lot. With Me Now, that was a fun one to write. And it wasn't really about anybody in particular. Like I think it can come off as if it's like a love song, like, but it's not like directed at like a singular person. It's directed at a lot of people. I think it's directed at the listeners of the podcast, the listeners of the content that I create, the people that in my life that I just vibe with. Not necessarily even people that follow the Bugle, but it's just there's a lot of people that I'm connected to, that I'm close to, that I vibe with, and it gives me a lot of hope. It gives me a ton of hope. It's just it's so invigorating to spend time with people that get it. You know what I mean? People that are using their brains, that are not NPCs, that are active agents. They're taking agency in their life, and they are shaping their own destinies. They're not reactionaries to everything. There are people, and like, one of the unfortunate things is just like it's not really something I could publicize or talk about, even though, like, I do think their stories need to be told. And to some degree, I am telling their stories in the music that I'm writing, because I'm inspired by people when I write these songs. They're individuals that inspire me in a variety of ways, and I just act as a muse. That's what I am as an artist. I'm just a muse. I reflect things that I see about people, and I try to like capture them in portraits and in a variety of different ways. Like, but in my music, it's just most of the songs I see, I'm inspired by, or most of the songs that I create, I'm inspired by somebody, um, generally in a positive way, and or a variety of people, but um, one of the things I guess I'll close on this. One of the things that we've been doing with the Beagle is we've been trying to retire the word pleb, and I think it's time to retire the word pleb. It's ran its course. It was cute for a while, but in the first turning, there's not really any room for plebs to be sitting at the table discussing anything of substance or importance. And there's been a lot of really cool people, a lot of really awesome people that have adopted the term pleb but they're not plebs, because plebs are retards. And there's a lot of really smart people that have called themselves plebs. They've just been convinced to identify with this, group, maybe because they didn't really have anywhere else to fit in. And it's just like, yeah, I might not be an active participant in the Bitcoin industry, but I'm an enthusiast. Like, I'm interested in the technology. But the term pleb, I mean, you look at the way that it's used right now, in particular, the people that are like, oh, I'm bullish on the plebs or whatever. They're glazing some of the grumpiest, most uninteresting, uninspired individuals that are not adding any value to discussion around anything. They're just like they're mobilizing them to go and attack their political enemies. Like they think this is a game of politics, and they're playing it as such. They're acting as politicians in a variety of ways, whether it's trying to influence the Bitcoin development process, or whether it's trying to just I mean, it's been largely about the Bitcoin development process in general. And the plebs have no idea what's going on, and the plebs don't want to listen to anybody that knows what's going on, because it's boring. Boring to listen to people that know what's going on, because they're going to say a bunch of technical jargon that they don't understand. They're going to have to do a ton of research to be able to understand what they're saying, and the plebs don't like to do research. And so if you're one of those individuals that has a brain that works, you have a capacity to think, and you're not just kind of, being emotionally manipulated, running around like a chicken with your head cut off, then why are you calling yourself a pleb? The people that deserve to call themselves plebs are the ones that are retarded. So don't identify with the retards. That's all I've been saying, this whole time. And like, I think some people don't get it. Like they think that we're going after anybody that calls themselves plebs. But they're just trying to explain to people is just like, maybe you don't relate to being that way. But yeah, anyways, this is the Paznia Radio Network. I am going to be wrapping up the stream here in a few minutes, but I do want to plug beforehand libertyunderattack.com. It's a great spot where you can buy some non-KYC books. Go check it out. I just was sent the copy of Vanu Life magazine. I need to look at it. I need to sign it. Rayo's getting all the contributors to sign it. It's pretty cool. But libertyunderattack.com is the best place to buy non-KYC books. And non-KYC books matter, and they're going to matter more than ever going forward in the future. Like, one of the problems with all the digital content is it's so easy to retroactively change everything. So easy to change everything. The stealth edit, I mean, you see it with Wikipedia, you see it with the New York Times. They like to stealth edit things. There's no real permanency in the digital world. And, you know, people talk about, you know, Bitcoin as being a solution, being able to describe things, and maybe it is, but I just don't think it's an efficient enough way to preserve information. But books, physical books, I don't think they've figured, you know, these spooks have figured out all sorts of ways to fuck with you, but like, I don't think they've figured out a way to go into the books in your house and stealth edit them. And there's some pretty good non-KYC books on there that you're not going to find in other places. Just, it's an interesting aggregate of information. I've got a stack of non-KYC books sitting on my counter next to me right now that I got, and I just encourage you to check it out. I just like, I like what Rayo's doing. I think it's important. That's why I do the show. And yeah, that's my plug. But folks, it is the first turning. It is getting rowdy. It is getting rough. It is getting interesting. Never a dull moment. There's no reason to be bored right now. And I don't think there's really a reason to be grumpy. I mean, it's just like, there's so much opportunity on the horizon, and part of seizing the moment is just being flexible and changing it. But yeah, it's going to push you, and you're going to have to dig deep. And you're going to be challenged. But that's okay, because the challenge is fucking awesome. It's going to push you to be better. We're going to end with this one. It's called Feel the Rage. Awesome music. Or I had fun making the music video. Inspired by Lowell Elites. And her platform, The Rage. It's fucking awesome platform. But let's go out with this one, folks. Thank you for joining me.
Try so hard to play their way, follow the rules but couldn't stay, chained to a desk like a wage slave, punished no matter how hard I behave. I tried my best to be what they desired, but all it ever got me was feeling tired. I was hurt and wanted to be healed. All I ever wanted was to feel. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rain, 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 I was never taught how to use my mind. All I ever learned was how to march in line. to never question what I was told, to hide in the crowd and never be bold. They tried their best to crush who I am, to get me to buy into their scam, but I was a defect in their system, and I won't settle for being the victim. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rage. Now I just to rage. If you lose because you follow their rules and still keep working as a useful fool, who is really the one to blame? If everything stays the same, nothing good comes from feeding parasites. Crops don't grow only from electrolytes. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rage. Now I just want